Hey guys, welcome to week 4, assignment 2 video critique. You're here once again with Colin. Okay, maybe not the radio voice. Anyway, so we are doing the scale assignment, exaggerated scale assignment, and we're looking at the work of Tracy, Shelley, and Sherry. So I'm just going to jump right in here. We're going to start with Tracy's assignment. And let's see. Okay, so we have a princess cake. Looks like maybe a kid's birthday party. Okay, we got that same one there. Only in black and white. We got this cute little girl who is in some kind of like a fairy or angel costume. Okay. And a very cute little boy holding a bat, I think. Some kind of plastic toy. Alright, and then alright. Very cute. Excuse me. I had to stretch there for a second. Okay. So the compositing is not bad. It's a little rough around the edges, but not bad. I think with this kind of stuff, I'm gonna, for the sake of this assignment, I'm gonna just go through and talk about stuff that you could do to sort of make these more realistic. Because this is a thing that I do a lot and sort of have taught a lot of classes on, do a lot in my own work, a lot of compositing stuff. I'm just going to sort of talk from my experience and say like what's working, what's not working. So this is a lot of fun. That's the first thing, because I thought this was really kind of fun. I'm almost kind of sold too on like the idea that they're sitting in the cake, which I thought was kind of fun. Although there's a little bit of kind of weird thing happening here, like maybe you try to use puppet warp to sort of, or not puppet warp, but liquefy to sort of get that to blend in well. So one of the first things I always consider is the lighting. So you can see the lighting on these two is slightly different, and it's slightly different from the background. That's a thing that that people tend to notice that sort of takes you out of the illusion. The other thing I would say is maybe shadows. Maybe one of them has a shadow. But again, that's kind of picky. Certainly, it's not what I would expect you guys to do, sort of on your first attempt. The only real thing I'm looking at here, we can actually go down, to the black and white version. I don't see a version where you did something with like forced perspective, where you made something look larger than something else in the camera by having that thing simply be closer. Having said that, I thought that this was a lot of fun. It's sort of a funny image, so I liked that quite a bit. Alright, up next we have Shelley's work. And alright, wow, it looks like a party at Shelley's house. I want to go over here. So we got some tequila. Or I guess that's actually, it's actually like a margarita, so it's like tequila with the margarita mix already in it, and a big salt. Now this is what I was talking about, not seeing on Tracy's. So this salt shaker is not bigger than this tequila bottle, unless it's one of those like tiny bottles you get on an airplane, or the world's largest novelty salt shaker, but I think that it's probably perspective. So this is much closer to the camera than this, and because it's closer, it looks larger. It looks both larger than this and larger than it actually is. The only thing I would say with this is that with these you want to have, you want to have your aperture set to its highest setting that it'll go to. High meaning high in terms of numbers. So you want this to be at like f22, or if your camera will do it, f32, so that you get the maximum depth of field here. If these are both, about the same sharpness as you get with that sort of maximum depth of field, you really sell the illusion of this being bigger than this quite a bit more. But still, I like that idea. And yeah, you did it. You did it right. You made it closer to the camera, which made it bigger than the tequila bottle. There's that same one in black and white. So here is the salt shaker and the tequila bottle to give you a sense of scale, which is bigger than which. And here's the composited one, where Yeah, you definitely. I don't know if you did like a transform and stretch the scale of that, or what. The other thing, yeah, so you could do that. That is a that's fun because it's a little bit of almost like a funhouse thing. The other thing you can do with something like this is you can, once you've pasted it into this background level with the tequila bottle, is you can go in. Oh, excuse me, I need another cup of coffee. You can go in and I imagine that you either did like the transform, the Command T to transform it, or you did transform scale. You can do that if you hold down the Shift key while you're doing transforming the scale. It'll actually scale it, but keep the original proportions top to bottom. So you rather than getting the stretched look, you would get the appearance of that salt shaker, and it would be also broader in addition to being larger. I guess I'm saying it keeps the original aspect ratio of that thing. I don't know. I don't know if that would be better or worse. I do kind of like this weird. It almost looks like a ketchup bottle because it's so stretched out. And the other thing I would say, the shadows look pretty good. I think. Oh, excuse me. I think that. Let me go back up here and look at the shadow. Okay, so what we are seeing there is just a little bit of this, a shadow from the light source coming from this side and the one coming from that side. I think you probably could have, in addition to selecting this, you could have selected the shadow, or you also have the option of you can put a blank layer in here and then just paint on it with your paintbrush and sort of try and mimic the direction of this shadow here, so you paint it kind of in this direction. The nice part of that is, again, it's just like with your layer masks, it's continually adjustable, and you can change the opacity and sort of bring it down so that it looks like a shadow. Like you can keep like lowering the opacity until it looks more or less matches the opacity of that. But again, that's a lot of pretty advanced stuff for what you're doing here. I like this weird sort of solarized look. I think that's, excuse me, a really cool take on that. So I would say out of all of them, this is your most interesting and successful image. So good job, Shelley. I thought that your results turned out really good. And then last but not least, let's look at shares. Close. Shelley's and we'll look at shares. All right. We got just a little bit of lag on the computer here. Puppies. Alright, so we have the original scale, and then she desaturated, excuse me, all the green out of this image to get. I actually think this is kind of cool because your dog has a lot of the similar gray tone, and this sort of black that I think goes well with the gray there. And you have the puppy. And then let's look at, she composited them together down here. Now this is actually pretty good, because again she selected the shadow as well as the dog. It would have looked totally different if, and I think too because the dog is a little bit like the stuffed dog is a little bit in the grass and weeds here. Like you kind of had to select that. The only thing I would say is just slightly smooth this edge out. Throw a layer mask on and just come in and blend this out, and it would look pretty much seamless. The lighting pretty much matches, and you did a good job of including enough of this background that you have the shadow. Yeah, it looks really good. I do like this with the selective desaturation too. Again, just slightly, just come in and slightly blur that so it kind of blends a little bit more. Oh, and then the second dog there. Yeah. Pretty much the only thing I'm not seeing on yours, Sherry, is the one, as we were saying earlier, I think Tracy's. Anyway, you don't have one where you have the two things in the shot together where you made this look bigger through forced perspective. And yeah, you saw how Shelley did it. And that's basically how you do it. Just have the dog, back up a few steps from your dog with the little stuffed puppy dog close to you in the camera, and you got it. But yeah, this is a pretty good illusion. I think a lot of it has to do too with just having the weeds and grass in there too. So yeah, nice job, you guys. but this turned out pretty good. So the word to let me know that you, excuse me, that you watched the entire video and made it all the way to the end. I would like you to put the words mini blinds. Just because, I don't know. I'm not feeling very creative in coming up with words this time. So if you want to do like, I think it was Ashley last time, she did the thing where she just said, I'm not feeling creative today, so the word that you asked me to write is, and then she wrote the word. You want to be like, I'm not creative right now, so just write, I'm just telling you that the word is mini blinds. That's totally fine. Yeah, I'm totally fine with it. Oh man, I'm just yawning so much. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you the next time around.